Okay, so to get this started, the flow for today is going to get very heavily into the hips. Keep in mind, we're going to take this toward bird of paradise. So a lot of opening through the inner thighs, getting the hamstrings quite a bit as well. You come into bird of paradise, you're basically doing a bound standing split. So it's a very aggressive bind. It's hard to balance, and just kind of feel things out. Take things as far as you're ready. Really, the hip opening and the hamstring lengthening is what we're after when we're moving toward that pose. So just have that in mind. And let me go in through a demonstration of this to begin before we even get there, because this is going to be part of the flow. So what's going to happen at the end of each sequence is you're going to be at the front of the mat, and you'll start this out setting this up in a wide-legged forward fold. So to begin, you're just going to have your hips high, your head low, keep your knees bent, so you don't want to go any tightness in the hamstrings right away. And then I'll show you two versions of this pose. Now, if the bind is too much, go ahead and take the second version where you don't have to bind, but you'll still be lifting one leg, still working the balance, a little bit of the hip opening. So from here, I'm going to bring my right leg up for the full pose. So I'm going to wrap my right arm around my right leg, palm open from behind. Left hand comes around to find the full grip. Now, when you take the bind, be sure you can actually get your hands together. If you're just barely holding on to one or two pairs of fingertips, that's not going to cut it. Take it if you can actually hold on to the real bind. There's nothing wrong with doing the alternative, keep in mind. So once you've got that grip, pull in tight, keep that thigh pulled in toward your side. And then before we do anything, just to see if the bind's going to hold, we're going to walk this. So you're going to step one foot back and then the other, and then we'll step it forward. And then from here, we'll take this into balancing. So my left foot is my base foot. You bring the base foot directly underneath you, bend deep into the base knee, lift the heel of the leg that's going to come up, keep it bound, and look forward. Now, think like you're lifting a heavy box, especially if your hips are tight at all. That leg's going to fight you all the way up. So with an inhale, slowly lift your torso, bring that bound leg up with you, and you can always keep the standing knee bent, keep in mind. But bring your torso up toward vertical. Try to keep your thigh pulled in close. And then if you can balance here, the very last step is to straighten the leg. Just take it to where you can. Takes a pretty open hamstring. I'm always fighting this pose when I bring it up. And then to come back down, take it down light, move with control, and release to your forward fold. And just work this as best you can. We're going to do plenty of hip opening before we get to that point. So if it already looks like a lot, don't worry about it. We'll warm up as much as possible once we get there. Now, if that's too much, this is the version I want you to take. And this is still going to be from that wide-legged forward fold. Now, rather than binding, you just reach out wide. So I'm going to still lift my right leg, but my right arm's going to be in contact with my right shin, left arm high, and just keep that contact between the arm and leg. Maybe it's closer to the shoulder, maybe the wrist, whatever works best. All the steps are the same. You just step it back, and then step it forward. And then just like before, the base foot comes directly underneath you, bend deep into the base knee, lift the heel of the leg that's going to come up and look forward. Again, treat it like you're lifting a heavy box. With an inhale, slowly bring your torso up, and just bring that leg up with you with the arm in contact the whole time. Press the knee out to the side, stand this up tall, and you can always bend to the base knee, keep in mind. And again, when you come back down, move slowly, try to land this lightly with control, and come back to your forward fold, and we'll take it through the vinyasa from there. So work it as best you can. Back off if you need to. Don't just crank yourself into the pose just for the hell of it, all right? So there's nothing wrong with backing off if it's necessary, keep in mind. Now that's at the very end of the sequence. At the beginning, we're going to set this up for a series of hops. Now, you're going to hop this back and forth. You're going to be on your hands, clapping your feet together, and this doesn't have to be anything too crazy. We're just going to do it 3 times. You can keep the feet pretty close to the floor, or you can take it toward inversion where you're bringing the feet higher than your hips. But what will happen is you have both hands down, arms vertical, dig into your fingertips. The feet will be halfway down the mat. And then from here, just keep your hips high, look straight down at the mat, and then just 3 times. Hop, clap your feet. And that just brought my feet up about 6 inches from the floor. That's definitely doable for everybody here. If you want to take it further, you can go a little bit higher. If you want to go to the other extreme, you can take this into an inversion where you hop up, bring your hips over your shoulders, but still try to land this as silently and as lightly as you can. 3 times, and then we'll move into the flow from there, keep in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and start the seat. Just bring yourself into Baddha Konasana. Set soles of feet together, knees out wide. And just give yourself a moment to arrange this so you can sit this upright without a whole lot of effort. Now, if your hips are a little bit tighter the way mine are, with the knees more than a few inches up off the floor, you might want to slide the feet further forward, make a longer diamond shape with your legs. And you want to be able to tilt the pelvis forward without too much extra effort and without the use of your hands to begin. Now just let the hips relax, let your knees settle down toward the floor, and then just bring your fingertips down to the floor at your sides just for some stability here. And concentrate on tension from your midsection on up. So pulling through the belly, round the low ribs to hold an upright spine. Reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Bring your chin in just a little bit. Relax your shoulders down low. And then just close your eyes. So So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So with your inhales, pull in as much as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. As you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, here, take a deep inhale. When you exhale, just open your eyes. And then take things slow. With your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. And then with the exhale this time, twist right. Right hand to the floor behind you. Left arm outside the right thigh. Now sit this up tall. Reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Look over your right shoulder. Use your left arm. Press it into the right leg. And as you're twisting and extending up, try to press your left knee down toward the floor. So keep your knees wide and use the muscles on the outside of the left hip. With your next inhale, turn to center, arms high. And with the exhale, twist left. Left hand to the floor behind, right arm outside your left thigh. Now again, sit this up tall, crown of the head straight up toward the ceiling. Look back over your left shoulder. Use your right arm, press it to your left leg. And as you're twisting, as you're extending here, press that right knee down to the floor as well. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach up high. And then with the exhale, just bring the hands down to center. And then we'll take this a little bit further into the hips to warm things up. So I just want you to lean over to the right, bring the right hand to the floor. Lift your left leg and keep the knee bent. Now pivot from the hip. Bring the left shin down, both legs close to 90 degrees, doesn't have to be perfect. But then pull the right hand in close to the right hip. Now I want to take this up and down from here. So curl the toes of both feet, keep both feet active, press the feet down into the floor. Reach your left hand toward your left foot. And then I want to sweep and lift as we take this back and forth. So with an inhale, sweep your left arm right, lift your hips, kick into the floor. Exhale, sink this back down. Inhale, sweep and lift again. Keep the toes curled. Exhale, bring it back down. Now inhale, sweep and lift one more time and hold here. Now as you hold this, stretch your left arm long, keep the right arm strong. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep pressing your feet into the floor and just breathe here. If this isn't especially comfortable, I got you. You can kind of lighten up the hips from a few different directions. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring it back down. Now keep leaning right. Lift your left leg. Come back to center, back to Baddha Konasana. And then go to the other side. Left hand to the floor. Lift the right hand. Lift the right leg. Keep the knee bent. And bring the shin down so both legs are more or less 90 degrees. Doesn't have to be perfect again. And then bring your left hand in close to your left hip. Curl the toes of both feet. Keep the feet tense, kicking down. Right arm reaches toward the right foot. Now with an inhale, sweep your right arm left. Lift your hips up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep to the left and lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep the right arm left one more time. Stay lifted this time. Now keep the toes curled, keep your feet kicking down, squeeze your glutes, stretch the right arm long and just breathe. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring it back down. And then keep leaning left, lift your right leg back to Baddha Konasana here. And then go reach forward. Take hold of your big toes, draw the heels in close. And as you draw in, pull the elbows in around your ribs. And I want you to try to fold this forward with some extension in your spine. Try to press your low back forward, stay tall. Bring your chest forward, shoulders back, elbows in toward your ribs. And you can also use the elbows to press into the thighs if you like and bring the knees down lower. And don't worry about going too deep into the fold. Work on pulling your pelvis forward. Now as you hold on to this, keep the feet pressed together, keep the tension within this fold. And then start to bounce the knees up and down and see about taking this just a little bit deeper. And then just go ahead and bring yourself upright. Release this. Hands down behind you. Set the feet on the floor about hips width distance apart. And I'm just turning for the camera, keep in mind. But as you lean back, go ahead, fold your knees over to the right and over to the left. And just let your body twist and loosen up for a moment. And then come back into center. And we'll take this into a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Palms down, fingertips forward if you can. If that's too much on the wrist, rotate your fingers to the sides, right and left. But press into hands and feet, lift your seat up off the floor. And then up and down. Inhale, press your hips high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink this back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. And then inhale, lift one more time and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezed and keep your hips lifted like this. You can look forward, look up, or hang your head back, but keep that lift and just breathe into it here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come straight down. And then once you're down, just take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And then we'll take it back up, but this time with a figure four. So when you're ready, hands behind the shoulders, whatever rotation you like. Press in your palms, just lift your seat up off the floor and let's set this up. Step your left foot into center. Cross the right ankle over your left thigh. Now curl the toes of the right foot, keep them curled, keep that foot tense, keep the knee out to the side. And then up and down from here. With an inhale, press your hips high, press the right leg into the left. Exhale, sink down low. Inhale, press this up again. And then exhale, lower. Now inhale, lift up one more time and hold here. Now again, you can look forward, up, or back, wherever you like your head. Keep your chest lifting, keep the right leg pressing into the left, and keep squeezing your glutes. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just come all the way down. You can take a moment, shake your hands out a little bit. And of course, we got to set up for the other side. So once you're ready, feet about hips width, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Again, whatever rotation you like. Lift your seat up off the mat. And then take this the other way. Right foot comes to center, left ankle over your right thigh. Now curl the toes of the left foot. Keep them curled, keep the knee to the side. And then up and down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing again. Have your gaze wherever you like, forward, up, or back. And keep that left leg pressing down to the right. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come back down. And then just release, shake your hands out a little bit. Now once the hands are ready, bring yourself back into Baddha Konasana. Soles, feet together, knees out wide, and reach forward, take hold of your big toes. We're going to take this into a variation of both. So pull the heels in close and lean back, and let the feet lift. Now draw the heels in, knees out wide, pull the elbows in around your waist. And sit this up tall, press your low back forward, keep the shoulders back, keep your chest moving forward. And keep your spine extended like this as best you can. Now to take things further, just keep your balance, keep your shape, try to hold yourself upright. But then lift your feet, maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, take it the way you can. And then bring the feet back down, back together, Baddha Konasana. And then again like that. Maybe lift the feet a little bit, maybe take it further, but sit this up tall the whole time. And then come back into center here. And then one more time, go ahead, lift your feet. Extend to where you can. Keep your balance, keep yourself upright, look forward. Now here's where it gets really tricky. I want you to keep the legs as they are. Keep your torso upright. And very slowly release your grip. Hold yourself in place. Now we're still in boat. Bring your legs together. Bend the knees, shins toward parallel with the floor. Arms at your sides, still sitting this upright. Boat. And then from boat, take an inhale. With the exhale, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, and find all fours. Probably with some relief. Give yourself a moment here, move around. And just feel things out. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers. Let your shoulders and hips move side to side. Feel out where you're loose and where you're tight. See that everything's running relatively smoothly. And then bring it to the center in all fours, and we'll take this into the wrists. So just look down. Wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips to set this up. Keep your palms facing down. And then one by one, rotate your hands, fingertips to the side. See about pointing your fingertips in toward your knees. Come as far in this rotation as you can. Spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down. So really claw into the floor. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep it lifted here best you can. Now, if this is good enough, just stay here. You can always just sway the shoulders side to side for a little bit of movement. But if you want to take it further, step your right foot straight back. Big toe touches the floor. And then bring that right big toe as far left as you can with a straight right leg. And we'll take this crosswise here. Now, you're still gripping with the fingers the whole time. So go ahead, bring that right foot forward. Right heel up and to the right, ideally outside the right hand, close as you can go. And then extend back and across. Bring that right heel up into the right side again. Extend back and across. One more time, bring the heel up into the right. One more time, extend back and across. And then just set your right knee down and come back to center. Still gripping the fingers, still lifting your spine. Press your left foot back, big toe to the floor. Bring that left big toe as far right as you can, straight left leg. And then let's take it across. Bring that left heel up into the left high as you can go. Extend back and across. Bring the heel up into the left again. Extend back and across. Bring the heel up into the left one more time. Extend back and across. And then just bring your left knee down. And then come up onto your fingertips. Walk your hands in close to your knees. I'm going to set this one up a little bit differently. So this time I want you to get your hands a good bit wider than your shoulders, at least one hand's distance out to both sides. Now flip the hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips pointing toward you. Bend the elbows in as much as you need. Now flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down to the floor like you're clawing down at the backs of your hands. You can just stay here and maybe move a little bit side to side. You can always take more weight to the legs. You can lean more weight forward to the hands. And if you wanted to stay here, this is fine. If you can go further, keep your hands planted like this. And then just slowly come up onto the right foot and up onto the left. The hands are still grounded. So keep your hips low, keep your knees bent. If you want to take this even further, step the right foot on the right hand, the left foot on the left, and see about working the toes toward the wrist creases. Now still keep your fingers spread wide, fingertips pressing down. Maybe move your hips up and down from a forward fold into as much of a squat as you can bring this to. There's lots of stuff you can do here. If you want to play with your balance, you can lift one heel, maybe the other. If you lift both, remember, nothing's going to catch your face if you fall forward. And then when you're ready from here, just release your hands from underneath your feet and just stay folded. If your hips are already high, shake your legs out for a moment. And then go ahead and shake your hands as well. And then once you're ready, bring your hands down, bring your knees down, come into all fours. And then from all fours, we're going to take this down into a forearm plank. So you got to bring both forearms down to the floor. Now, once your forearms are down, you can set this up two ways. Forearms parallel with the palms down, or press your palms together. Either way, just see if the elbows are about shoulder width. And then go ahead and step your feet back. Now bring your body into line. So step the feet back long, but still see that the feet are wide, wider than your hips. And just keep your hips in line with the shoulders and heels here. Press into your hands. Be sure you've got the weight moving across the length of the forearms. Now as you hold this here, keep your spine lifted. And let's just take this back and forth, one leg at a time. Pull the right knee forward as close as you can get to the right shoulder. And then step that foot back. Left knee to left shoulder. Step it back. Right knee to right shoulder. And back. Bring your left knee forward. And then step back. Right knee forward again. And then step back. Left knee forward. Step this back. Right knee forward again. And back. Left knee forward. And back. One more round. Right knee forward. Step it back. Left knee forward. And then step back. And then go bring your knees down. And come back up onto your hands. Give yourself a moment here to breathe. And then we're going to take this into a lopsided setup. One more thing. So bring yourself down onto the right forearm, but stay on your left hand. And just keep your hips stacked over your knees. Now the right elbow stays aside. Bring that right hand into center. So that forms diagonal in relation to the rest of your body. And then when you're ready, look forward. Reach your left arm forward. And extend the right leg straight back. Now as you come into this, just keep your chest squared toward the floor. Reach long through the fingertips and toe tips. Just hold. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, squeeze in underneath, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Now exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Inhale, reach this out long and stay reaching. Look forward. Now bend the right knee, reach back with your left hand. Find the right foot. Now, maybe take hold of the inside edge of the foot. If you want to take this deeper into the shoulder, see about taking hold of the outside edge of the foot. And then just look down. Now kick into your hand, draw your shoulder forward, see about lifting that right knee up higher. And this could be plenty right here, keep yourself balanced. If you want to take things further, then grip the floor with the right hand as hard as you can. Keep kicking into the left and see about maybe lifting that right elbow off the floor without falling down. A little bit tricky. All right, if you lifted it, go ahead, bring it back down. And then just release, come back to all fours. Once you're on all fours, give yourself a moment here, move around. All right, we'll set up the other side. So when you bring that left forearm down, but stay in your right hand this time. Left elbow to the side, bring your left hand into center, that forearm's diagonal. And then look forward. Extend the right arm straight forward and the left leg straight back. Now just keep your body in one long line, chest squared toward the floor. Stretch this out as long as you can. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull this in, elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee one more time. Inhale, reach us out long, stay reaching. And look forward. Now bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand, find your left foot. Maybe the inside edge, maybe take it further and go for the outside edge. Now kick into your hand and pull your shoulder forward, try to lift that left knee up higher. And grip the floor with your left hand. Now if you want to take it even further, keep your balance, keep kicking. But grip the floor with the left hand, look forward. See about lifting that left elbow off the floor, ideally without falling down. And then if that left elbow is lifted, go ahead, bring it all the way back down. And then release, and come back to all fours. Once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment to breathe, move around. Now you can just stay here and breathe, take another stretch if you like, but whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. And just feel this out for a moment. Now when you're ready here, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Flatten your palms so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest down low. Now as you sink your chest down, press your hips up high and reach the hips up toward the ceiling. Your upper body goes into one long straight line, drawing through the belly around the lower ribs. Keep your core engaged. And if your legs are tight, go ahead, bend the knees and let that go. You can always pedal this out and just stay loose. Let your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here, let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, maybe shake this side to side to loosen farther. And then when you're ready here, just release any grip that you have. Keep bending the knees. And then restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment to breathe. Set an intention. Let your mind clear. Find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And now with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine, put a bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift halfway. Fingertips to the floor to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Step back to high plank. Find your shape. Resting the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides, and lower with control, all the way down to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take this up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down again. Now inhale, peel up one more time. Just stay lifted. Keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows to your sides, pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. Lift this up a little bit higher. take an inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further. Kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift up with your arms. Lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Paddle out for a moment. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, open up to a scorpion dog. So bend the right knee, hang your right foot left. Now let your hips open up. Keep the shoulders squared. Feel it like a twist. Now with your next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to right elbow. Now stay forward like this. Stay lifted around your spine. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, set the right foot down halfway down the mat. Left foot comes forward next to the right. Now we're setting up for those hops. So pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, shoulders over wrists, straight arms. 3 times, high or low. Hop, clap the feet, and land as lightly as you can. Now after that third hop, bring the left foot down between your hands. That's your base foot. Right knee to your chest, around your spine. Now take hold of that right knee, and then slowly bring yourself all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, just give yourself a moment to breathe. Dig into that left big toe, and then hands to your hips. Now let's take this into a figure 4. So put a little bend in the left knee. Cross the right ankle over your left thigh. Now keep the toes, the right foot curled. Keep the knee to the side. Bend a little bit further in that left knee and keep the tension of both legs pressing toward each other. Now reach your arms out wide. We'll take an eagle bind. It's going to be right arm under. Left arm over. Cross at the elbows. Palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. Now if you can't get the palms together, do what works. You can always reach to opposite shoulders with the arms crossed. And either way, squeeze the arms together. Feel the shoulder blades spread apart. You can sink this down lower if you like. Now just keep your gaze forward and see about taking this back and forth just from the upper body. So curl your spine, pull the elbows in toward your belly, try to keep looking forward. And then go ahead and lift the elbows and bring yourself back upright. Again like that, keep the legs pressing toward each other, curl in, elbows toward your belly. Keep the arms squeezing and then bring yourself upright again. One more time, keep your stance, pull the elbows toward your belly, curl your spine. And then one more time, bring the arms upright again. And then as you're ready, just switch this out. Bring the right foot to the floor. And then straighten that leg. Come to standing with your left knee high. Dig into the right big toe. Keep your arms squeezing. You still got that eagle bind. Now once you're ready here, we'll take it toward a warrior 3. Put a little bit on the right knee. Extend your left leg straight back and hinge from the right hip. Now you can keep this more toward vertical. That's fine. Just keep your lifted body in line. If you're going to go deeper, you can work this so that your body's toward parallel with the floor. Lower the left hip, keep it squared toward the right. Keep the arms squeezing for the moment. Keep looking forward. Now slowly from here, release the eagle bind. Hands to your hips. Put a little bend in the right knee and take it slow. We'll take a pyramid stance. Left foot comes down 1 pace behind the right. And then just bring yourself upright. Now once you're up to standing, go ahead and adjust this. So feet about 3 feet distance front to back, hips with distance side to side so the hips are squared. Both legs straight, both feet flat. Left foot points to side about 45 degrees. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, keep your legs straight. And then reach your left arm down, right arm high. Keep the arms in line with your spine. Now slowly from here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lean forward toward halfway down. You can always bend that right knee, but keep the legs as straight as you can. Right hip back, left hip forward. Now as you look forward, just switch the arms. Right arm back, left arm forward. Switch again with your right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. And then one more time, left arm forward, hold here. And then take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing. We keep that shoulder pulled back, you're still folded. Left arm comes past the right thigh. Now use this and twist. Pull the right shoulder back. Press the left arm into the right leg. You can bend the right knee if you need to, but still pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. Look right and then look up toward the ceiling. And keep yourself lifted so your spine's no lower than parallel to the floor. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, keep the half bind. Bend the right knee, bring the left hand down to the floor inside your right foot. And then just slide your left foot back, come into a low lunge. Take it lower to Anjaneyasana, left knee down, left foot flat behind. Now stay low, press your torso to the right thigh. Right arm still behind your back, bring the right hand all the way to the left. And then the left hand meets the right at the side. Palms together, fingers interlaced, shoulders pulled back, look forward. And then just keep your hips low, peel your torso off the right thigh. Now sink your hips forward, left hip forward, right hip back, or sink the hips down, I should say. And then bring your gaze toward the ceiling, keep the shoulders pulled back. Now maybe just stay here and try to just sink lower as you breathe. If you want to take it deeper, you can kick into that left foot, just work to hover the left knee, but still keep your hips low. Now, if you lifted the left knee, set it back down. You're still in Anjaneyasana. And we're going to go back and forth from here toward a half split. So as you're ready, pull your hips back. Belly touches your right thigh. Now, shoulders pulled back, point the toes, the right foot toward the ceiling. And then bring yourself back up, set the right foot flat, bend the knee. Sink your hips low, gaze up high. Again like that, pull your hips back. Belly touches the right thigh, toes, the right foot, point up. And then come forward, set the right foot flat. Sink your hips down, look up toward the ceiling. Again like that, pull your hips back, belly to the right thigh, point the toes toward the ceiling, hold here. Now keep the right arm bound, but go ahead and bring the left hand to the floor. This may be enough for you. If you can take it further, lift the right shoulder, take a little bit of twist. Dig into that right heel, pull the hip back. You can bend the knee if you need to. If you want to take this deeper, you can slide that heel further forward, keep your hips stacked over your left knee. And if you want to go further still, maybe reach the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot and draw yourself further down into the right leg, but keep lifting the right shoulder. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just release both hands down inside that right leg. Now step the right foot flat outside the right hand. Step the left foot forward outside the left, wide-legged forward fold. Hips high, head low, and keep your knees bent. Now we'll take it up to bird of paradise. If you want the bind, reach your right arm between your legs, wrap it around the right thigh, palm behind, left hand comes around for that full grip. And if you're going to take the alternative, right arm in front of the right leg, left arm reaching high. Now back and forth, let's just walk it, keep your fold. Step your right foot back, left foot back, right foot forward, left foot forward. Now to balance it, step your left foot to center, that's your base foot. Deep bend of the left knee, lift the right heel, look forward. And then slowly, with an inhale, lift your torso and bring that right knee up with you. Now bring your spine up the vertical best you can. You can always bend into that standing knee. If you're reaching wide, just keep the right arm in contact with the right leg, press the knee to the side. If you got the bind, try to keep the thigh pulled in close. Extending the leg is the very last step. All right, from wherever you are, take it slow. Let's bring it back down to the forward fold. Land this with control. And then once you're ready in that fold, take an inhale, lift up halfway. With the exhale, set the hands and take it through your Vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, pedal out here. And let's take all that to the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high. With your left leg lifted, open to that scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, let your hips twist. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Now stay here, stay forward, round your spine, keep a lift. Take an inhale. With the exhale, left foot comes down halfway down the mat. Right foot comes forward next to left. Now again, setting up for those hops. Shoulders to wrists, pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, keep your arms straight. High or low, hop, clap the feet, land as lightly as you can. Again, 3 times. All right, once you've gone through that third hop, right foot's your base, set it down between your hands. And then pull the left knee to your chest, around your spine. Take it slow. Come all the way up to vertical with your left knee high. And take a moment here, ground down to the right big toe, slow your breathing down. Now once you're ready, hands to your hips, bring the legs into that figure 4 again. So left ankle crosses the right thigh, this time curl the toes of the left foot. Bend the right knee, sink down just a little bit and keep the legs pressing into each other. Now when you're ready, arms wide, let's take the eagle bind, left arm under, right arm over, cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. Reach to the shoulders if you need to, do what works with the bind, but keep the arms squeezing, shoulder blades stay spread apart. Now you can always sink your hips down lower. If you want to stay here, this is fine, but if you can move, keep looking forward, and then curl the elbows in toward your belly, round your spine. You don't have to go deep with this. And then lift back up, keep your gaze forward. Again, like that, curl the elbows toward your belly, round your spine. And then keep the arms squeezing as you lift back up. One more time like that, curl the elbows in toward your belly, round your spine. And then lift the elbows and come back up. Now from here, just go ahead and switch us out. Left foot to the floor. Come to standing with your right knee high. You still got that eagle bind. Digging the left big toe. When you're ready, take it toward your warrior three. Just a little bit in the left knee. Hinge from the left hip, extend the right leg straight back, keep it lifted. And keep your lifted body in line. Maybe you're close to vertical, that's fine. Maybe come down further toward parallel with the floor, but keep that right hip level with the left. Keep your arms squeezing, keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly release the bind, hands to your hips. Take the pyramid stance. Bend your left knee, right foot comes down one pace behind the left. And then just bring yourself upright. So again, 3 feet front to back, hips with distance, side to side, adjust the stance as you need to. Be sure you can square the hips forward. Left hip back, right hip forward. So both feet flat, right foot points to side 45 degrees or so. And then reach your left arm down and right arm high. Keep the arms in line with the upper body. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, come down toward halfway and hold. You can bend that left knee if you need to, but keep the left hip pulling back, right hip coming forward, and keep looking forward. Now switch this out with the left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch again, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. Switch it out, right arm forward. Switch again, left arm forward. And then one more time, right arm forward, hold. Now left arm goes into a half bind, palm facing, bring it across your back. Right arm crosses the left thigh. Now use this and twist. Lift your left shoulder, press the right arm into your left leg. Look left and then up toward the ceiling. Again, trying to keep the spine toward parallel with the floor. Keep the twist. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your left knee, right hand to the floor inside your left leg. Keep the left arm bound. Go ahead, slide the right foot back, come into a low lunge stance. And then take it down lower. Right knee to the floor, right foot flat behind. Now sink the hips down, press them forward, press your torso to your left thigh. Left arm still bound, bring that hand to the right side. And then the right hand meets the left. Palms together, fingers and lace, pull the shoulders back and look forward. And then slowly peel yourself up off that left thigh. Now keep your hips down low, bring your gaze up high, shoulders pulled back, breathe here. And just let your hips sink down. Feel that lengthening through the front of the right side from the knee to the shoulders. If you want to go further, kick the right foot into the floor, maybe hover the right knee, but the hips are still low. Now if you lifted the right knee, set it down. And go back and forth from this position. So press into your left foot. And then hinge forward, belly to your left thigh. Pull your hips back. Look forward. Point the toes of your left foot toward the ceiling. And then come forward again. Bend your left knee, set that foot down. Sink the hips low, gaze up high, shoulders back. Again like that, pull your hips back. Belly to the left thigh, point the toes, left foot up toward the ceiling. And then bring it forward, bend the left knee, set the foot flat, draw your shoulders back and look up. One more time, pull your hips back, belly to the left thigh, point the toes, left foot up, hold here. And then bring the right hand down inside the left leg. Now take this as a bit of a twist. Lift your left shoulder. This could be good enough already. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. If you want to go deeper, you can slide that left heel forward, but still keep the hips stacked over the right knee. If you want to go deeper, still keep your twist. Maybe reach your right hand to the outside edge of the left foot and draw yourself down as you deepen the twist. Now take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down inside your left leg. Bend your left knee, set the left foot flat outside the left hand. Bring the right foot forward outside the right hand, wide-legged forward fold. Keep your hips high, your head low, and keep your knees bent. Now bring the left leg up this time. So if you want the full bind, wrap the left arm around your left leg, palm up and behind. Right hand comes around for the grip. Otherwise, reach wide. Left arm in contact with the left shin. Now keep your fold and walk this. Step your left foot back, right foot back, left foot forward. Right foot forward. Now into balancing, step the right foot to center. That's your base foot. Deep bend to the right knee, lift your left heel, look forward. Take it slow. With an inhale, bring your torso upright. Lift that left knee up with you. Now if you're reaching wide, just keep pressing the arm into the leg. If you got the bind, keep the thigh pulled in close, maybe extend. And then take it slow on the way down. Land this lightly and release to your forward fold. Once you're folded, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands, take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment here, paddle out. When you're ready in your down dog, take an inhale, raise your right leg high. And then with the exhale, just bring it forward. Right knee behind your right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. We'll take half pigeon. Bring your left knee down, flatten your left foot behind you. And then keep your hips squared. Pull the left hip forward, sink both hips straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch. Outer right hip or toward the glutes on the right side. Now, you can just stay upright. This is good enough right here. If you want to take it deeper, you can move in toward one of the back bends and find a full extension. And if you want to chill out, you can come down to the elbows. Maybe melt this down all the way. But just take it to where you need to right now and breathe here. Nothing wrong with just taking a break. All right, now from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And once your hands are close enough from wherever you are, tuck the toes of your left foot. Release your right leg. Take a moment, shake it out. And then once your right foot's down, take it on the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left arm high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right wrist. Go ahead, bring the right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you. Pull your right hip forward, keep it in line with the left, and sink your weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch on the left side, out of left hip or toward the glutes. Now again, you need to stay upright like this, good enough. If you want to take a deeper extension, you can move toward one of the back bends. And if you want to chill out, again, you can bring it down to the elbows, maybe melt all the way down over that left leg, but just take things to where you need to right now. All right, then from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close again. Tuck the toes of your right foot, release your left leg, shake it out. Once you set your left foot down, go ahead, bring your knees down to the mat. And then bring the legs out from underneath you, come all the way down onto your back. Now pull the knees toward your chest, squeeze everything in, take a moment to flatten out your spine. And then go ahead, release your grip and bring your feet down to the floor. We're going to take this into one long round of back bending. So I'm going to start the cueing with bridge and lead into wheel. You can always take wheel from the beginning if you want to hold it longer, and if you just want to stay in bridge, you don't have to go any further. Either way, feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Bring your heels in close to your seat so you can flatten your low back as much as possible from the beginning. And then arms at your sides, palms down, just keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, and stay lifted. Now this is good enough, but keep your glutes tense, keep your hips lifting, and hold the tension of the lift. Now if you want to take your bridge deeper, bring your hands underneath your hips. Interlace your fingers, pull the palms toward each other. Maybe work your shoulders further behind your back to open your chest up even more. Keep the glutes engaged. And if you're going to go deeper, if you got the reach, you can hold the ankles. And use that grip to press the hips still higher, open your chest even further, still with the glutes engaged. Now, if you're going to take it from bridge to wheel, keep your hips lifted, but release your hands. And then it's hands around your head, palms to the floor, fingertips toward your shoulders, elbows high. Now, when you're ready, press in your palms. You can always lift the top of your head first, and then whenever you straighten your arms. Now, hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back wall. Keep your glutes squeezing. And breathe into this here. For either pose, if it's too much in the low back, you can always lift your heels up. But keep that tension through the back line of the body, especially the glutes and around the shoulder blades. And let the front of your body open up and lengthen out. Take an inhale when you're ready. And then with the exhale, just bring everything back down to the mat. Now once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze things in again. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release the left leg extended fully. Left arm down to your side. Now right arm inside the right leg, take hold of the right big toe. Once you've got that grip, pull down, keep the hip on the floor. And as you're pulling down, press the foot up toward the ceiling against the resistance of your hand. Now use the tension both up and down. Find the stretch in the back of the right thigh. Breathe into it once you feel it. And maybe the knee's bent, and that's fine. Now if you've got a straight right leg, you can take it further. Draw that big toe over your shoulder. And just keep breathing here. Now, if you want to take this a little bit further still, here's the option. Reach the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Try to keep your right leg extended to the same amount, but release the right hand and bring it down to your side. Now, with your left hand, keep that right leg as straight as possible. Draw the foot across your body, but keep the right shoulder down on the floor. And just breathe into this and feel how it changes the stretch. All right, if you brought that right foot to the left side, go ahead and let the right hip come back down. And then bend the right knee. Now the right hand comes to the outside edge of the right foot. Left hand to the other side. Stack the ankle above the knee, half happy baby here. Once you find your position, pull down. Now as you're pulling the right foot down, press it up into your hands at the same time. Let this open up the inner right thigh a little bit more. And just breathe into this. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release the grip. Draw both knees in for a moment. And then go ahead and switch out when you're ready. Extend the right leg. Right arm down to your side. Left arm inside the left leg, find the big toe. Now pull down once you have that grip, and then push against the pull of the left hand. Now keep the tension working both directions here. Find the stretch in the back of the left leg. Breathe into it when you find it. The knee can be bent. If your leg's straight, draw the big toe over your shoulder. But again, just find that stretch. Now here again, if you want to take this further, this time bring the right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Go ahead and release the left hand and bring that left arm to the floor at your side. Now try to keep the left leg at the same level of extension, but then draw that foot across your body over to the right. Keep your left shoulder down, and then just breathe into this here. Now, if you brought your left foot to the right, go ahead, bring your left hip back to the floor. Bend your left knee. Left hand to the outside edge of the left foot, right hand to the other side. Stack the ankle above the knee, pull down with both hands, and press the foot up into your hands at the same time. And just find that stretch in the inner thigh on this side. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale this time, just release the right hand. Let's take the full pose. Draw your right knee in. And then find that grip on both sides. Hands to the outside edges of the feet. Ankles above the knees. Pull down. Now as you're pulling the knees toward the floor, press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Work to flatten out your spine. If you want to take it further, rock your hips a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, take a deep inhale here, draw down as much as you can. And with your exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. And then just start to move here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Stretch this out. Take an inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then draw things back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale here, hold on to at the top. And just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.